with the name paradise in it. And I think all references to paradise obviously have to go, because paradise as a word is offensive to Islamofascists who believe that they need to kill to get there. And for you to be living in a place without having killed, do you realize how offensive that is to the Islamofascists in the world? Haight-Ashbury has to go. There's no room for hate in America. Russian Hill, offensive to Clinton supporters for obvious collusion with Trump. Russian Hill has to be stricken. Tenderloin District, that is clearly offensive to vegans in San Francisco. Now, in Oregon, you've got Mount Hood. Do I have to tell you that that's an obvious reference to the Ku Klux Klan? That mountain itself, Mount Hood, was named for the Ku Klux Klan. Don't you see that? Can't you see the world through the eyes of the girls who go to college today? Smoky Mountains. Nation. You don't want to encourage smoking, do you? You're going to take your kids to see the great Smoky Mountains? Kid will say, well, Mommy, what's smoke? The White House. Do I have to tell you why that has to go? Old Faithful. Now, that's a tricky one because it implies that we're judging by age. And I think Old Faithful has to go and be changed just simply to unfaithful women. It's an old slur against women. Notre Dame, are you kidding? Hershey, Pennsylvania has to go. It may be offensive to diabetics. Those afflicted with alcoholism. So get rid of that. You see where this is going, Mayor de Blasio? Mayor de Blasio, if you had any brains, well, I would say his brains are equal to his conscience, okay? They're about equal. The Rothschild Bank frontman, France Macron, who defeated the wonderful right-wing woman who could have saved France from the Muslim invasion. Macron spent 24,000 euros on makeup in 3 months. You talk about fake politicians. President Emmanuel Macron's office has confirmed reports the French leader spent $30,000 on makeup during the first 3 months of power and says it's trying to find a cheaper alternative. But again, who ran France before him? Hollande, remember him, that dunce? Macron's makeup expenses are lower than those of predecessor François Hollande, who paid a full-time makeup artist 10,000 euros monthly. He's worse from the left than the right. Everything doesn't have to be political. There are natural causes of things. They're fools. So, what am I going to talk about? A storm? I'm going to talk about it. They're wrong. You know, in Sweden, I believe it is, the ice, we're talking about the Little Ice Age in the Middle Ages. Many of you liberals don't know there was a little ice age. You didn't get that at Harvard. But in the Little Ice Age, ice was actually aggressing onto regions of Europe and other places, and into a little ice age, rather than a warming phase. It went into a cooling phase, as we are in now. Held up crosses and walked to the edges of the glaciers and tried to do an incantation against the glacier to keep it from moving further into the civilized areas. Would you believe that? And stand there and try to fend off the storm. Maybe that would make the liberal Bolsheviks happy. To manage the United States of America being as broken as it is. You know, that's a bigger question than any. I haven't actually thought about that.